What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for the day. Honestly, not too eventful of a day whatsoever. I came back from a little bit of a camping trip. As I told you guys yesterday, I was super tired. I ended up getting a video out, and then I ended up crashing and taking like a 2 or 3 hour nap. And I sent out a couple of other entries that are happening right now. This was really the only thing that was eventful yesterday. I took this Call of Duty correlation. Unfortunately, Beans does go under. If I ended up taking map 1, which obviously I didn't, I took map 3. It's kind of dependent if I take 1 or 3, just on some very, very small analytics that I find. And I did end up taking a map 3. If I took him map 1, he got like 36 kills or something like that, map 1. If you guys don't know, Call of Duty is correlated based off of, it's actually kind of correlated double-wise, because it's correlated based off of map size and based off of game length, okay? So if they choose a small map, that's going to mean a lot more kills for these guys, because a smaller map just means you're going to interact with the players a lot more, right? There's a lot less room to hide. There's less room to run around. You're just kind of interacting with guys all the time, getting kills, getting respawns, getting kills, and just repeating that cycle over and over. And it was a very, very close game in map 1. This guy ends up getting like 40 kills in map 1 alone. So that's kind of why he goes over. This guy gets like 35. And then map 3 was kind of the exact opposite. It was a very short game, I believe kind of like a middle-sized map. And this guy does go under. So at the end of the day, it's okay. Over here, nothing really too much to touch on. Yesterday's YouTube play does go ahead and miss, unfortunately. Dylan Brooks, he only gets 11 PRA. He had a horrible game last night. It's honestly really hard for me to come on when a miss happens and be like, oh, this was a bad read, this was a bad play, because at the end of the day, I honestly think this was a good read. I think this was a good play. He plays 36 minutes. I showed you guys yesterday that there's games that he plays like 23, 24 minutes, and he still hits this line. The fact of how bad he shot, and he honestly still gets 11 PRA, if he hits one of those threes and gets a random rebound or something like that, he pushes here. And at the end of the day, I think he shot like 1 of 6, and he went like 0 for 3 from the three-pointer. Honestly, what happens with the Rockets, I saw this series, is when a player does not shoot well, they tell them, I don't know whether it's the coach or something, they tell them to like stop shooting. Okay, so it would happen with Jalen Green. It also kind of happened with Fred VanVleet earlier in the series. It seemed like it also happened with Dylan Brooks last night, because this guy just completely stopped shooting. Again, like if you told me yesterday he was going to play 36 minutes, I would have took this 100 out of 100 times. So it's really hard when an entry loses to be like, oh, this was a bad play, right? All you can do is play solid entries over and over again, and hopefully some of them will hit some of the time. If you guys do not know, this is the past 2.5 weeks of this YouTube channel right here. I guess the past 20 videos is another way to look at it. We went up 26 units over the past 20 videos. This is probably the last time I'm going to update this graphic, just because it's getting a little bit crazy with how many screenshots I have in here and how many like things that is going on. So sorry if this is a little bit hard to read, but over the past 20 videos, we have 12 3x hits. We've also had 1 10x hit, which was 3 videos ago with this Jimmy Butler play right here. I took UFL correlation, League of Legends, and NBA playoffs, okay? That was a 10x hit. I told you guys in yesterday's video, we could legitimately go 0 for 7 this whole week. Every single video misses. And if you took that entry that I sent out, I believe it was Friday. That entry was Friday. We took that entry. That is a 10x. We made 9 units off of that entry. So I could go 0 for 7 this week if you did take that one on Friday, and you would still be up because of that one entry. That is how powerful these 4-mans are, okay? So again, if we get on a 4-man streak in the VIP, if we had a 4-man on these videos, they are very, very powerful, and you can make a lot of units, and you can make up a lot of ground with 4-mans. That is why I take a lot of 4-mans on the VIP over time. So again, 7 misses here. You guys see them on these little X marks here, and 26 units over the past 20 videos, which is obviously amazing. So leave a thumbs up for that. I know a lot of you guys cashed that 10x. I know a lot of you guys have been cashing over the past couple of days with us. And yeah, I mean, back-to-back misses, but at the end of the day, it's okay. You guys, this strategy is definitely working for us over the long period of time. So if you guys do want to get into my VIP, get more picks like this, go up units. If you guys do not know, I am up about 125 units so far this year in 2025. That puts us on pace for 375 units so far this year, okay? And that is not even considering we have not hit football season. We have not hit college football, NFL season, which is historically our absolutely best period of time. So I'm going to be running crazy discounts and get a lot of you guys in for football season. But I'm telling you guys, we are still up on average about, I don't know what it is, 35, 40 units every single month so far this year. It's not been a linear path. As I've said multiple times, we've had a month we've gone up 95 units. we've had a month we've gone up 18 units. We've also had a month we've gone down 30 units. Okay, that was our first losing month ever was April. So we had our worst month ever, our first losing month. Our worst month ever was April last month. I'm not expecting that to happen again. So far in May, I think I've only updated it till May 3rd, so I got a couple more days to update. But we did have a 8.5x in that time period, so we're probably up, I don't know, 15 to 20 units so far in May. So very great start, very good start to May so far. 20 units up in May is amazing to see. If you want to get into my VIP for free, all you guys have to do is text me the word Bovada to my number right here on the screen. I'll have you guys sign up for Bovada. Put some money into Bovada and take a $1 entry or more into Bovada, and I'll get you guys 2 free months of the VIP for doing that. You also can sign up for Chalkboard. You can sign up for Better. You can sign up for Sleeper and Novig, ProfitX, Underdog. I have a lot of apps you guys can sign up for and get opportunities to get 1 or more free months of my VIP, okay? So just text me. My number is always open. It is right here on the screen. If you're a current VIP member and want to get reloaded for May, if you want to get even a free month for the whole summer, you could potentially do that. Again, my number is always open. Just text me. I'll work with you and get you guys something ready for you to get those free months. All right, so let's get into today's entry. Again, we are, I don't even know the number right here, but you guys saw those X's and check marks. There's a lot more check marks than X's, and these are the plays that we have been doing to cash that many on these YouTube plays over the past 20 videos, like I said. And a lot of those were NBA playoffs, actually. A lot of those were NBA playoff picks. So first pick is going to be Derek White to go over 24.5 PRA. I'm about to get into that in a second, but I will get into this Rin pick right here at 12.5. Now, this has a heavy chance of bumping. If it bumps to 12, I would definitely take it. If it bumps to 11.5, I would maybe put half a unit on it. I like it a lot more at 12.5 than 11.5, but if it bumps to 12, still definitely takeable. So let's talk about Rin right here in his statistics. So he is averaging 5.25 kills per win. Okay, that's not just per game, per actual win that he is winning. And if you guys don't know about League of Legends, if a team wins the game, they're going to get a lot more kills. So he's averaging 5.25 kills per win. If he ends up winning both games, he's still only averaged to get 10.5 kills, okay? Now, if you look at all of his wins and losses so far this year, he is averaging 4.3 kills a game in just all games in total. So that's factoring in wins and losses. He's averaging 8.6 in those games. And then he is his team, so his team is called Heretics. Versus, I believe, wnba Vici, and they are 50-50. So Heretics is 50-50 to either go 1-1 or 2-0. Okay, so there's some obviously lines that are out there on some different sports books that you can find this information, but they are pretty much 50-50 odds to either go 1-1, so 1 win, 1 loss, or to go 2 wins. So if they go 2 wins, he is obviously averaging 5.25 kills per win. So that would be more like this number. And if he goes 1-1, he would probably get like a 5 plus a 4. So he'd probably get more around like 9 to 10 kills in those games. Okay. So again, I believe this line right here is about 2 kills off. So if it bumps to 11.5, you can only get it off by about 1. If you can get it at 12.5, I believe currently this line should be more like 10 or 10.5 currently. So that's why I'm locking in Rin. And then let's get into Derek White and why I like this entry so much here. So a number of reasons why I like this entry, honestly. If you look over his past 20, just straight up, he is extremely consistent. He hovers right around this range of like 25 to 32, just right in this range, perfect range for him right there. Now his line is 24.5, so obviously at the low point, I honestly think his range is about 25 or 24, and at the high point, I think his range is about 32. So if his range is 24 to 32, and we can get him at 24.5, that is a really good right there because we're getting it kind of at the bottom of that range there. Now let's talk about his series with the Magic. He's obviously now starting a new series versus the Knicks. His series with the Magic went like this, right? He had 3 cashes and 2 misses, right? Obviously, one of this miss right here was a very, very close entry. If you look at these scores from these games, let me just tell you guys the Boston scores. 103 they put up, then they put up 109, then they put up 93, then they put up 107, then they put up 120, okay? So honestly, been scoring a pretty low scoring games in these Boston versus Magic series. The reason being is because the Magic is a top 3 defense. Okay, I've been saying it all year, the top 3 defenses in my mind, and you don't even have to think about my mind because I'm sorting it by defensive rating for the whole regular season. It goes Thunder, then Magic, then Clippers, okay? Then in my mind, I kind of have a tier below that, and then I go Rockets and Cavs. But the top 3 defenses definitively, and this is statistics right here, defensive rating for a team, is Thunder, Magic, Clippers. Now, again, Magic and and Magic are out of the playoffs, so why does it even matter, right? Because this is the team that he just played in the series, right? You can see actually opponent rank there #1 in points allowed and actually PRA now. So he has actually a more favorable matchup versus the Knicks. The Knicks are not as good as defending than the Magic are. The Knicks, if you guys are curious, are right around middle of the road at 13 here, so they're right around the middle of the road. So he should have a much easier time scoring, and even versus the Magic that are very, very good at defense, he still hit this most of the time here. In this game right here, he only misses by 0.5. It's also seeing a lot of minute share here. I actually don't even really know what happened this last game here. I think they probably took out all their starters by the score. But you guys can see he's averaging a solid 36 to 40 minutes a game so far in the playoffs. And he's fully rested. He should be able to do that once again tonight versus the Knicks. So this is what I'm going with here. Derek White over 24.5 PRA, and then I'm pairing it up with Ren under 12.5 kills in his game that's happening tomorrow. I believe like afternoon it's actually happening. But go ahead and lock those in. Also, if you want to get a free month of the VIP, again, my number is always open. Text me those words and I'll get you guys in very easily. It should take you guys about 5 minutes to sign up for that very easily. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.